So what are these conspiracy theories around Dillon Gabriel and Kevin Stefanski being connected via Kevin Stefanski's agent? Now, I've seen these conspiracy theories going around. I've read some pieces written about them and all that kind of stuff. And the basic premise is that Kevin Stefanski's agent is Jimmy Sexton of Creative Artist Agency, or CAA. Now, Jimmy Sexton also represents Dan Lanning from Oregon, Brent Venables, the head coach at Oklahoma, and Gus Malzahn, the head coach at UCF, when Dillon Gabriel played there. Yes, all of these guys were head coaches for Dillon Gabriel in college football, and they are all represented by CAA, the same agency that represents Kevin Stefanski. So that's where these conspiracy theories take root. And to be honest with you guys, I really hadn't given this whole thing a whole lot of credence until recently when ESPN's Dan Orlovsky just randomly started his own campaign to promote Kevin Stefanski and began publicly advocating for the Browns head coach to become the next head coach of the New York Giants, which, I thought was weird and kind of odd considering that Stefanski is still very much the head coach right now of the Cleveland Browns. Why would a national sports commentator suddenly be job campaigning on behalf of a head coach who hasn't even been fired yet? And then I found that Dan Orlovsky is also represented by, you guessed it, CAA. So the spider web continues to grow. And again, like I said, I really hadn't put a whole lot of thought into this whole conspiracy theory. Obviously, there are sports agencies who represent a ton of different clients. And it just so happens that Kevin and all the head coaches for Dillon Gabriel happen to be represented by the same agency. I think you can reasonably say that's a coincidence, but now with Dan Orlovsky's campaign on behalf of Stefanski, and he's also represented by that agency, now things start to get just a little bit interesting. At least to me. What do you guys think about this whole conspiracy theory surrounding CAA and all of these head coaches for Dillon Gabriel?